Yes on yes on yes on yes. Say less. Say less. You ain't got, you ain't no. Say less. Yeah. Say less. Hey girl, what it do? If you got friends, cool, bring a few through. No fun if the homies, man, R.I.P. Nate Dogg, this too true. And you know what I'm down for. Round 2, round 3, and a round 4. Mood switch when she knocked at the front door. Next up was the uproar. Yeah, was like a week ago, but we both know how weekends go. Trying to tuck off, got some places we could go. Swear she got the like wow, she's blessed, I'm blessed. I don't GA. You trying to.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. It's hard to imagine this not being a fun game to watch. It's the Lions going up against the Giants. With that, let's welcome in our fine broadcast team. Here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This crowd a few minutes ago stirred into action at the side of their men in blue emerging from the MetLife tunnels. We're set to go as the Giants get ready to match up with the Detroit Lions. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you take a look at this Giants ball club. They come in off a loss in the opener last week. That one was on the road. Now they get their first taste here of home cooking.
And what they're hoping to do is feed off the energy of the home crowd. Great tailgate, great fan support. Let's see if they can put it to good use.
Meanwhile, for the Lions here, they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. The return man here, Dwayne Harris. He'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. They'll be led out by their 2-time Super Bowl winning quarterback, Eli Manning, in season number 14 now.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets, and bottom line, how do they get a win?
And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. And they tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
Now a first carry here for Shane Vereen. And he's brought down after a good gain. 25 yards to pick up there, and also a first down.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. It's the 2014 NFL interception leader, Glover Quinn. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. They were ball hawks Bucs last week, they had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is when they know that the defense can take the ball away, as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into errors. They've intimidated them in a sense and gotten the ball from them.
After the interception, here's Stafford. And his first look is incomplete. Amir Abdullah, the intended target. That'll bring up second down.
Used to have a coach used to tell us all the time, those scouting reports aren't just to use up paper, guys. Well, nowadays, we're watching a computer screen, right? They scouted this team very well. Know that they like to use the running backs in the passing game. They covered that play successfully.
On 2nd and 10, Stafford. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover. The angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot, and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
Again, it's Abdullah. And he's going to get this one down to the 45. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
To throw is Stafford. It's caught. Jones. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. Stafford to Jones, enough for a Lion first down. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now...
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. B.J. Goodson not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
On 2nd down, here's Stafford. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
And the offensive starters for the New York Giants.
I remember seeing Paul Perkins at UCLA in college and saying to a colleague of mine, he's never going to have that super wow factor, but if you give him enough carries and let him play throughout a game, he'll surprise you with his stats at the end of each and every one of them. Had one start in 2016, and it resulted in the Giants' only 100-yard rushing game of the season.
Now Manning throwing on 2nd down. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on. 3rd down. And now the Lions defensive starters.
Detroit's numbers on defense in 2016 were not horrible. They were number 19 against the pass and number 18 overall. But where they think they'll make a big jump in 2017 is being out. pass rush going again. Ziggy Ansah, their star defensive end, played with a bad ankle for most of the season and wasn't able to duplicate. His double-digit sack numbers of 2015.
And the offense looks to pick up the first here on third after that incompletion. From the gun, it's Manning. It's caught, Shepard. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. Now a play fake here on first down. And he's got his rookie first-rounder. It's Evan Ingram. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A very solid gain of 27.
Not too many teams will use a first-round pick on a tight end, so you know that when one does, he's got to be pretty darn special.
A small example of why they took him in the first round there. Nice little catch and run to get the good yardage. They'll run. It's Vereen. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
So a turnover-filled first quarter of play comes to an end. They've got a second down at 5 here to start red zone opportunity. Manning to throw on second down. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll bring up a third down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They'll run here with Vereen. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a fourth down. And he had a nice play there from his free safety position to hold him to nothing.
And, Brandon, remember when the free safety was always back, away from the line of scrimmage?
That's changed.
But has that changed in a big way? The way we see it now, they're almost mirrors between the free safety and the strong safety. One will be up, one will be back, or sometimes both will be in the same spot. On that play, the free safety was there, no gain.
On fourth down, off goes Manning, and on comes the Giants kicker, Aldrick Rosas, for the field goal try. A 33-yarder from the left hash. And the kick by Rosas is good. And the Giants are off now to a 3-0 lead. And we were scoreless up until this point in the second quarter. Now we finally have a little action.
Let's see where this action takes us. First quarter, no points at all. Now we've got our first score of the game. Well, does that signal that we're going to get more as we go along? Or will it revert back to what we saw in the beginning of the game?
And out a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Here's Stafford now on second down. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there of 22. From the 50, Stafford. Caught by Jones. Past the 20. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Pass interference. Defense.
And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple of seconds mulling over what the penalty would do for them?
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Oh, when you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Now Matt Prater for the point after. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. And now out come the Giants. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. On first down, here's a handoff to Vereen. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the second quarter, it has been a struggle. Manning to throw on second down. That is incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard, and it's third down. And this is a guy straight out of college. They're not going to try to groom for a year or two. They want him to produce right away.
That's why they took him in the first round. They expect him to be a starter right away and a future all-pro. So they don't have any time to wait for him to come along. They want him to play right now to help this team.
And you take a look at this draft class from a season ago. Really, it grades out as a pretty darn good class.
So you have to give a lot of credit to the entire scouting organization. General manager, personnel department, college scouts all came together. They evaluated it very well and got a nice payoff. He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
And he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks, right at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
The Lions gave up 177 rushing yards to Seattle in their playoff loss last year. And DeAndre Levy, their best inside linebacker, no longer with the team. That made Jared Davis out of Florida a really good selection for the Lions.
And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to East Rutherford, but first this timeout. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Larry Ridley will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Now Manning. He finds Beckham complete. A giant first down. Manning to an open Beckham. First down now, but the clock continues to move. They go play action here on first down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Shepard. 23 yards on the play.
Now this trio that New York has compiled, Brandon Marshall, Sterling Shepard, and of course Odell Beckham Jr., fits right into head coach Ben McAdoo's attack. They led the league in 3 wide receiver sets in 2016.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
I believe I understand where the offense was going there. They just hit a big pass play, thought they could fool him with a run, but maybe they overthought it a little bit. Just hit a nice pass, come back with another one, keep the momentum going.
On second down, here's Manning. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. The Giants on third down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is third down and 12. Shotgun now for Manning. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. On fourth down, off goes Manning, and on comes the Giants kicker, Aldrick Rosas, for the field goal try. He hit his first. Now this from 43. And Rosas puts this one through. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
It's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points, but they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline somewhat happy.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. On the return, Dwayne Washington. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. So out now come the Lions. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Second and 10, Stafford again. And the Giant rush gets home as down he goes. And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. Back to throw, Stafford. And Jones has it over the middle. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
Now that's a good chunk of yardage that's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Stafford. Jones has it. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Stafford. He's going to let one fly for Tate. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Well, depending on the team, they call that an explosive play or a chunk play, the one that they got on the previous one. They tried to go back and get another one, didn't they?
They did, but unsuccessful on that second attempt. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Back to the air. Stafford on 2nd down. It's complete to Golden Tate. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 15 yards there for number 15. And now they come up and spike it to stop the clock. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Throwing again is Stafford. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying, no more. We're making a stand right here, right now.
And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. The final shot before the break, Stafford. He's going to look deep down the field. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Lions taking the lead to the break. As we send you now to Orlando and our Tiburon studios, where Larry Ridley's standing by with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry? You folks don't know what you're missing. You're missing Larry Ridley. Ready to get back, though, to this Week 2 matchup. Let's get to it. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. A beautiful fake. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
And there's Golden Tate doing exactly what he does well, extra yards after the catch.
Exactly. To your point, among wide receivers, no one had more yards after the catch than Tate last year, 635. Play fake to Abdullah. It's Stafford. Ebron's got it. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Eric Ebron's got skills to spare. They just want the production to equal those, and he needs some good health in order to get that done. Had 61 catches in 2016, battling an ankle.
Yeah, the surprise, though, just one of those 61 hit pay dirt. Here's Stafford. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And, oh, he is really laid out that time. Knocked flat on his back. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
On 2nd down, here's Stafford. Jones breaking from the contact. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. 15 yards through the air and a first down. And on this challenge, the refs have to take a peek and see whether or not the receiver was able to dot the I with both feet,
while making sure that he possesses the football all the way through the catch.
After review of the play, the field stands.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Now a first down throw. Stafford. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. It's a gain of 7, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
To throw on 2nd down is Stafford. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Golden Tate, his intended receiver. And it's 3rd and short.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. To the air again, Stafford. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through, and that was filled by a big man wanting to make a tackle.
And he made a great tackle. They stick on the ground. Again, it's Vereen. And he'll be taken down at the 18. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And they'll get him down here at the 23. And after getting tackled, he's still down and looking very slow to get up. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Here's Brad Wing now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. This is taken at the 15. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Lions will take over. And Detroit getting set to go now. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Now Stafford. Over the middle, complete to Tate. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Now a play fake it at Stafford. He's going to let one fly for Tate. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. It's a big play. Stafford to Tate. 46 yards. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after plan just goes right out the window. Doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end.
So they're operating in the red zone. To throw is Stafford. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Andrew Adams. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They'll let Perkins carry to start the drive. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. It's a gain of 3 on what will be the final play of this third quarter.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about us all the time. Ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the fourth. Manning going to give to Perkins on the draw. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. And after getting tackled, he's still down and looking very slow to get up. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. The Giants on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Now a carry here for Orleans Darkwa. Now a flag comes in from the umpire after a gain of about 4. And this looks like it's going to be holding. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Just a yard return there after a punt of 49. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Here's Stafford now on second down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Tate. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he...
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now Stafford. He hits Riddick underneath. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield across the 45. A nice pickup there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for third. It only took Stafford 90 games to hit 25,000 yards in his career, fastest ever, and he adds to that yardage total there.
I'm not sure anyone in the league has a more confident arm than Matthew Stafford does. He can wait until they're actually open before delivering, as opposed to anticipating them being open because of the strength of his arm, and he doesn't mind showing it off. Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well. These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6, and it's a second down. Stafford now to throw. And avoids the contact by sliding. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. A shotgun snap for Stafford. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Brandon, some of those windows to throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line. Tighter windows made it easier to cover people, actually.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down, but they are in field goal range already. Now Stafford. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
And it's up, It's good. Our score, 14-6. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And New York set to take the field. I would say they went 3 and out last time, but actually they didn't even get to 3 and out. Still a strange decision to us here in the booth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't go 1 and out, but maybe, possibly, let's try and think with them here. Try and play field position maybe, turn the ball over, put it in the hands of their defense. Who knows?
You're a nice man. Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Now Manning got to hurry him to the line here. He'll look to throw. His throw incomplete. He was looking for Evan Ingram, the tight end. And it's 3rd and short. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. A dump off to the flat for Perkins. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. He's back to throw. It's hauled in by Shepard. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Back to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jarrad Davis. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Well, they needed the touchdown and the two-point conversion, but they're not going to get a shot at either. This is a great play here defensively, Brandon, and at a time that they sorely needed one. And that could be enough to help get them out of here with a victory.
And the Lions will take the knee here with victory in the cards. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. And the Lions will take the knee here with victory in the cards. The Lions on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd down and 12. Stafford down to a knee, and with it, he's going to ensure his guys a victory. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for Detroit, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off with the Eagles. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from East Rutherford.